Hi, super cool kids. Today we're going to be continuing with opinion writing. Last week I introduced opinion writing to everybody and I told you about the 4 parts that should be in every opinion writing piece. If you recall, every opinion writing piece should start with an introduction where you're trying to grab your reader's attention. It should be followed by your opinion about, what you're trying to convince your reader of. That should be followed by 2 to 3 minimum reasons why. And then, of course, like all of our writing, we end it with a conclusion. As I looked over all of your opinion pieces that you wrote last week about whether or not we should have more recess at school, I want to let you know it was overwhelmingly unanimous that all of you thought that we should have more recess at school. So I will do my best to convince Dr. Wendland of that, giving her some of your reasons. Well, today we're going to be focusing on just the opinion piece of it. We've learned how to write strong introductions. We'll come back to that. But today we're going to talk about the difference between strong opinions and weak opinions. Remember, when you write opinions, you're trying to convince your reader about why you believe a certain way. So you want to make sure and start with some strong opinion stems. As you look at this paper, you can see they vary from I think, I feel that, I believe that, you should read, you should try, the best thing about, something is better than something else, the best part of is, and you're going to notice that they don't all start the same. When you write opinion pieces, you do not want to start all of them exactly the same. Let's take a look at some differences between strong opinions and weak opinions. So this first one starts with one of our strong stems. It says, I believe brushing your teeth is vital. That means super important. You're going to notice that there are not any reasons right here. In an opinion, when you're stating your opinion, you don't give the reasons in this sentence. You give them after you state your opinion. Because I told you what I was talking about, that would be a strong opinion. This one says, this is way cooler than that. Well, what exactly are we talking about? And did we start with one of our strong opinion stems? The answer is no, and I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about if we just say this is way cooler than that. So because we didn't tell you what we're talking about, that would be considered a weak opinion. How about this one? I think that fish are better than frogs. This would be a strong opinion. It starts with I think. You're going to notice my other one said I believe. This one starts with I think, and I'm telling you what my opinion is. I think fish are better than frogs. Notice that I'm not telling you why I believe that yet. Remember, that's going to come in the reason section. And today we're just focusing on stating opinions. Here is another strong one. Let me find a different stem. Let's start with this. The best character in a book is Pete the cat. So I'm starting with another one of my strong stems. The best character is Pete the cat. I didn't tell you why yet. That would be a reason. But because I told you what my opinion was, I stated my opinion. That would be considered a strong opinion. How about if we look at this? I prefer. Now you're going to notice one of our strong ways to start an opinion is right here, I prefer. But this says, I prefer to do that instead. What are we talking about? We didn't state what we prefer to do. So because we didn't state that, that would be a weak opinion. Let's do just a couple more examples. This one says, I feel, and that's another way to state your opinion. That's a strong stem. I feel very strongly against bullying. I told you what my opinion was. I didn't tell you why yet, because remember, in an opinion, you're just stating your opinion. So that would be a strong opinion. I feel very strongly against bullying. And then, if this was my paper I was writing, I would go on to say, one reason I believe that is because it makes the other person feel bad. Another reason is because, and next week we're going to be focusing on reasons and how to write strong reasons. Let me give you a couple more weak opinions. This one, I think it's kind of interesting. Well, it almost looks like it's going to be a strong opinion because it starts with I think, and that's good. But did we tell you what we're talking about? No, it's just, I think it's kind of interesting. What's it? I don't know. So because of that, that would be a weak opinion. Maybe one more week. That is my favorite thing ever. What are we talking about? I don't know. So if I said, that is my favorite fruit of all time, then that would be a strong opinion. But because I just said, that is my favorite thing ever, that would be a weak opinion. So friends, let me show you a couple of strong opinions with specific topics. So I'm going to look at this one to start with. Just going to look at a picture, and I'm going to make a strong opinion about this. I want you to notice in my opinion statement, I'm not going to say any reasons. Here we go. The best thing about my school lunches is the treat I get to eat if I finish my lunch. So that's my opinion statement. That would be a strong opinion statement. If I just said, I really like that, that would be a weak opinion because I wouldn't know what you're talking about if the picture wasn't here. So that's one example. Here's another one. Going to the zoo, remember this is my opinion, going to the zoo is better than going to the farm for several reasons. So I'm comparing the zoo to the farm, but I'm not giving my reasons yet. We don't do that in an opinion statement. We just try to give a real strong opinion. And we want to state what we're talking about. So I want to read that again. Going to the zoo is better than going to the farm for several reasons. Remember, this is my opinion. You might have a different opinion. But with my opinion, as I went on to tell you the reasons, I would try to convince you. That's what your job is in an opinion piece. How about this one? I'm going to use a different stem. I don't like cleaning my house for several reasons. Okay, I didn't tell you why yet, but I just told you what my opinion was. I don't like cleaning my house for several reasons. That's a strong opinion sentence. How about this one? I prefer, so remember, I prefer is one of my strong opinion stems. I prefer teaching to a live class, but teaching through technology is what we all have to do for now. So I told you my opinion, and if I were to go on and write this, then I would tell you the reasons. And one last example. Seen right here. The best thing about living where it snows is our pond that freezes over. I chose that one because today is going to be like almost 100 degrees outside you guys. So I thought if I choose a cold scene, maybe I'll feel a little bit cooler. Let me read that one more time. The best thing about living where it snows is our pond that freezes over. I want you to notice again, I didn't add any reasons to that. I'm just stating my opinion. All right, friends. That's that's kind of the end of our opinion piece lesson. You're going to head on over to Google Docs, and I've created a document for you to fill out that will look similar to this. It will give you some topics along the side, and you are going to write complete sentences. So this week, you're not focusing on writing a full opinion paper. It's not going to have an introduction, opinion, reasons, and conclusions. The focus of today's lesson is to just practice writing strong opinions. So as you look at each topic that will be on the Google Doc, it'll look similar to this. Like I said, You're going to write a strong opinion piece for each one of those. And it could be positive or it could be negative. As long as if we were filling out reasons, you could support your opinion. Again, we'll focus on reasons next week. So there will be samples of good ways to start opinion pieces up at the top of your Google Doc. And I'm going to look forward to you submitting that and taking a look at how you have learned after this to write strong opinion stems and sentences. All right, you guys, good luck with that. Bye for now. Bye.